surface, the waters are calm. But for years, Turkey's been caught up in a turbulent power struggle. It boils down to what it means to be a Turk. And in July this year, it came to a head.
This is Friday night in Istanbul. It's a time when thousands of people turn out to eat, drink, shop and enjoy themselves. But on the 15th of July, something very unexpected happened. Something that took this country off guard.
It begins in early evening with rumours and confusion. Soldiers take control of Istanbul's iconic Bosphorus Bridge. Fighter jets fly low over the capital, Ankara, and bomb the parliament. Troops storm media outlets. No one knows who ordered the coup. The president responds with a mobile phone video urging his supporters onto the streets.
Ben de şimdi milletime çağrı yapıyorum. Meydanlara gelin ve meydanlardan bunlara gereken cevabı hep beraber verin.
Thousands answer the call and take on the rogue troops. More than 200 people are killed and more than 2,000 are injured. The coup fails, but it sends shockwaves across the country.
Bir ayaklanma hareketidir ve bu vatana ihanet hareketinin bedelini de tabii çok ağır ödeyecekler. Bunu bir defa peşinen söyleyeyim.
Many of this country's almost 80 million people are deeply religious and conservative. Others are secular to the core. The failed coup has exposed deep divisions that threaten to split the country apart.
This bridge was a flashpoint on the night of the attempted coup. We're on our way to meet a woman who's become an unlikely hero. She risked her life and took to the streets in an attempt to stop the tanks.
Sofia Bayat still has the scars from the night of the coup, but the 34-year-old wears them proudly.
Burası işte Boğaziçi Köprüsü, 15 Temmuz gecesi işgalin olduğu gecenin köprüsü.
Sofia wasn't sure what was unfolding, but Turkey has a history of military coups. So this ordinary woman from the suburbs decided to do something extraordinary.
Sırt çantamı aldım. İçine işte yara bantları, yara bezleri aldım. Ne olur ne olmaz diyorum çünkü gideceğim yerin nasıl, ne ihtimal olabileceğini bilemiyorum.
This video of Sofia on the night of the attempted coup went viral.
Dedim neden benim Boğaziçi Köprümü kapattınız? Neden bunu yapıyorsunuz? Burayı açın. Bu askerlerin burada ne işi var diyorum ben. Bu askerlerin burada ne işi var? Bu tankların burada ne işi var diyorum.
One of the soldiers got so angry he fired his weapon right near her face.
Ondan sonra beni kendine çekti. Burama dayadı, yanağımın üzerinden silahını ateşledi. Böyle kıvılcım parçaları başörtümün üzerinden yerlere kadar aktığını böyle hissettim yani. Ellerimi kelepçeledim. Bak dedim, ben senden korkmuyorum.
The bullets started flying. Soldiers opened fire on civilians protesting against the attempted coup. In the chaos, Sophia was shot as she tried to rescue an injured woman.
Sağ bacağım nasıl vuruldu biliyor musunuz? O kadar şiddetli ki kurşunun şeyi. Bacağım ileriye attı kendini. Beni öyle bir düşürdü ki anlatamam.
Sophia's leg was broken by the bullet. Her story became national news. The woman in the headscarf who took on the soldiers.
Benim ve benim gibilerin üzerinde hiçbir şey yoktu. Ve onlara bakın ağır silahlarla karşılık verdiler bize. Bizim bedenimize, gövdemize ağır silahlarla karşılık verdiler. Ve vatan sevgisi. Yani vatan çok güzel bir duygu yani. Yaşadığın toprağa bloke etmek isteyenlere karşı bir duruş sergilemek çok güzel bir şey.
Sophia and her family live in a working-class neighbourhood in Istanbul. People are getting by rather than getting rich. Sophia's husband, Hüsamettin, is very proud of his wife's actions.
Yani normalde de zaten cesur bir kadın. Ama yani o yapmış olduğu hareketi ben mesela televizyonda görünce yani ben şaşırdım yani hani ben kendim hani tabii o an belki Allah'tandır belki yani ona verilen o cesaret belki ama hani ben kendim hani gidemem diye düşünüyorum.
Sophia and her husband have 2 children. They're receiving support from their extended family. Hüsamettin has been unemployed for several months after he was made redundant from a textile company. Now he's taking care of his wife.
Hastaneye girdiğim o günden beri gerek ailem, gerek kardeşlerim, gerek akrabalarım, tanıyan tanımayan geldi. Hepsi beni duygulandırıp, hüzünlendirip gözyaşlarına boğdu. Çünkü herkesin tek söylediği, tek cümlede birleşmişti herkes. Seninle gurur duyuyoruz. Sen hepimizin sesi oldun.
Sophia has months of rehabilitation ahead of her, but she would do it all again. Her faith in President Erdogan is unshakable. He's seen as a champion for millions of religious Turks who felt sidelined in the past.
O hepimizin canı, can parçası diyeyim. Yani başkumandanımız, başkomutanımız, liderimiz Erdogan o gece herkesi, tüm halkı sokağa döküyor.
President Erdogan has been in power since 2014. The former Prime Minister and Mayor is a conservative Muslim with a hardline political style.
Hate him or love him, he's undoubtedly the most successful Turkish politician of his generation.
Gareth Jenkins is a respected academic and author who's been based in Turkey for almost 3 decades. He's chronicled the rise of Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
He wouldn't be successful in many other countries, but in terms of Turkish political culture, he has a very raw charisma which appeals to people on the street. He comes from a very poor background himself, and he appeals to the poor of Turkey as well. He has an ability to connect with the mass of the people that no other Turkish politician in the time I've been here has come close to doing. But with that kind of raw, abrasive charisma comes this increasing authoritarianism.
2 days after the failed coup, President Erdogan addressed a mass rally of his supporters. It was a show of strength. But it kindled fears that he would use the coup as a chance to round up his opponents.
Şüphesiz ki her talebin değerlendirilmesi, konuşulması, görüşülmesi demokratik ülkelerde bir haktır. Bunlar parlamento çatısı altında değerlendirilir. Bunun içinden bir yerlerden izin almaya da gerek yok.
The arrests began en masse. The government had lists of thousands of suspected traitors. It wasted no time locking them up.
It's been quite extraordinary. So far, I think more than 85,000 civil servants have been either fired or suspended. We had nearly 40,000 people taken into custody. It's very clear the government's been working from pre-prepared lists. For example, the coup took place on the night of the 15th, 16th of July. On the afternoon of the 16th of July, arrest warrants were issued for 2,500 judges and prosecutors. So when you've got what looks like it's going to be one of the biggest investigations in Turkish history, you've lost 20% of the people who are going to be responsible for looking at the system.
You can think about many motivations.
The Turkish government blames this man for the coup attempt. His name is Fethullah Gulen. He's a Muslim cleric and long-standing political rival of President Erdogan. Gulen has lived in exile in the United States since 1999, but has a large following in Turkey and around the world. President Erdogan accuses Gulen's supporters of trying to infiltrate Turkey's public institutions, from government to the judiciary and the military.
Çok defa dünyada ola gelen şeylerdir. Yani dünya liderlerinde sürekli kendilerine göre muhalif çıkarmalar da olmuştur. Böyle suikast teşebbüslerinde bulundurmalar da olmuştur ama kalkıp bundan dolayı bunu yaptılar demek başkalarının yaptığı gibi bizim iftiraya düşmemize, yalana düşmemize.
The Turkish government has declared a state of emergency, allowing it to detain suspected followers of Fethullah Gulen. But many others have been caught in the net.
Ben 20 gündür gelip gidiyorum.
Ahmed Kanai's son is in the holding cells somewhere in the basement of this courthouse. He's being held without charge and there's no prospect of him being released.
Ya bu işte benim için artık benim en feryat edeceğim şey yani. Ya insanlığın bitmiş olduğu bir ortam yani. Şimdi gerçeği bu.
It's become common when somebody doesn't like somebody else to say they're a member of the Gülen movement. It's made even more difficult by the fact that the Gülen movement don't carry membership cards. They have no identifying features. So you could almost accuse anybody of being a member of the Gülen movement. It's very difficult to disprove. And what the government has been doing, because it's so anxious to grasping at shadows, they're not looking at what's casting that shadow.
Ahmet says his son has no links with Fethullah Gulen's movement and had nothing to do with the attempted coup. He doesn't understand why his family has been targeted.
Hiçbir alaka, dosyada hiçbir şey yok. Alakası yok. Benim sıkıntım bu. Yani tek bu hatada dönmeleri ve suçluyla suçsuzu ayırtmaları gerekir. Kesinlikle yani yoksa bu kul hakkına girer. Yazıktır, günahtır yani.
The government is defending the crackdown. Its spokesman, Yasin Aktay, says justice is hard to achieve in extraordinary times.
We are in the state of emergency. I cannot say 100% justice. We are seeking for this, of course. We are very, very sensitive. But of course, justice is an ideal, and in that state of emergency, it's a very hard time for Turkey. It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. We are trying to distinguish between who is involved in this coup and who is not.
Ahmed doesn't want his son's photo shown, and the rest of the family is too scared to appear on camera.
Süreç çok felaket. Yani işin asıl korkunç tarafı biz gördüğün şu Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'nden bir avukat bulamıyoruz. Hiçbir avukat gidip çocuğumuzu yani korkuyorlar daha doğrusu. Yani rakam, para bizim bu paraları verecek gücümüz yok işin açıkçası. defalarca ben adliyenin orada 2 bayan terazi elinde, yani adliyenin işte adalet diye teraziyi tartıyor. Adalet varsa işte Hodri Meydan, adaleti bana gösterin. Ben hep böyle adaletin de ne oldu, insanlık da ne olduğunu biliyorum. Ben göremedim.
No one really knows when the fallout from the foiled coup will end. Until then, many Turks worry they too could be next. This extraordinary purge has extended into almost every aspect of life here in Turkey, including popular culture. Directors, artists, musicians and actors are among those who've been rounded up or sacked.
With them.
Actor and activist Levent Uzumcu is an outspoken critic of the government. He has more than 3 million followers on Twitter.
I don't care who is who. The important thing is the part of the humanity.
If they have a good heart.
Yeah.
He was famously sacked from Istanbul's flagship theatre company before the coup for continually expressing his political views.
They fired me. I was a member of the Istanbul Metropolitan Theatre, and I went to court. I'm still waiting.
26 other actors have since lost their jobs too. Levent is best known for his role in a hit sitcom called The European Side. It ran from 2004 to 2009, poking fun at Istanbul's wealthy secular elite.
Tamam Aslı'cığım. Benim yüzümden tartışmayın. Ne olacak? Taşıyıverdin. Hem spor oldu. İyi yaptın. I was joking with the rich people's life. Because I am coming from the so poor family. But if you are looking well, if you look well, if you are a little bit handsome, in Turkey, they think you are rich.
Say goodbye and hit the road.
Up until relatively recently, you had a secular Western-looking elite, and also living in the cities. And then you had the mass of the population who still remained very conservative, pious Muslims, and saw Islam as the foundation of their lives. And so instead of there ever being a kind of blend or a harmony, we had one section of society really lording it over the others. And now, in the last 10 years, we've seen that flipped.
We speak same language, we eat same food, we walk on the same street, but we have so many years between us, hundred years between us. This is the problem. How can we live together?
This ferry ride is not only taking us from one side of Istanbul to another, but from one continent to another. Behind me is Europe and ahead of us is Asia. This city sits on the crossroads of the world, and that's why what happens here is strategically important thousands of kilometres away.
Scores of ships pass through the narrows of Turkey to and from ports in Russia. And a few hours away, the United States keeps some of its nuclear weapons at an airbase on Turkish soil.
When Erdogan first came to power, there was this desperation in the West to find some kind of moderate Islamic figure, particularly, of course, in the US, which is coming soon after 9/11. And they heaped praise upon Erdogan as being a democrat and proof that democracy and Islam were compatible. And since Erdogan's shown his true colours, once he became confident enough to to be himself, the pendulum swung too far the other way.
Turkey's political unrest has been deepened by a series of deadly terrorist attacks by Islamist and Kurdish groups. In March, a suicide bomber blew himself up on this same street in the heart of Istanbul's commercial district. With war raging next door in Syria and millions of Syrian refugees spilling into Turkey, it's a time of great uncertainty.
Sanki üzerinize geliyor gibi. Kesin olarak planlar yapamıyorsunuz. Sürekli değişkenlik var. İş konusunda, sosyal yaşam, hatta aşk hayatınız da etkileniyor.
Darbe girişiminden sonra tabii şimdi herkes korktu. Kimse ne olduğunu da bilmiyor. Hani ülke içerisinde kim yaptı, kimler tarafından yapıldı veya arkada dış güçlerin oyunu var mıydı veya gerçekten bu FETÖ'cü terör örgütleri tarafından mı gerçekleştirildi?
Önlemler olsun daha çok artırıldığını görmüş oldum ve artık insanlar arası samimiyetin çok azaldığını düşünüyorum. Yani şu an bile yürüdüğüm zaman milletin birbirine gözaltı falan baktığını, ön yargı, dış görünüşe göre yargıladıklarını sezebiliyorum ben.
Unfortunately, I think Turkey is now in its deepest political crisis in a generation. The security situation with the terrorist bombings is not going to improve. We have a virtual civil war in the east of the country. And things are probably going to continue to get worse before they get better. I've been in Turkey 27 years, and even before this coup attempt, I'd never been so worried. And I'm even more worried now.
Öyle bir böyle kelamlardan, yasaklardan fillallah, başına buyruk.
Actor Levent Uzumcu also has grave fears for the future of his country. Just taking part in this rally of socialist and opposition groups can be dangerous. Previous protests have been hit by suicide bombers, and those who criticise the government are also at risk of being detained.
Dostlar, kardeşler, iyi insanlar, insanlığını 3.30 paraya satmayanlar, bu kör karanlığı sizin insanlığınıza artacak ve saraydakilerin saltanatına inat, sonunda hep İran kazanacak. Hepiniz hoş geldiniz.
All this is unfolding in a democracy. Even President Erdogan's fiercest opponents concede he was democratically elected.
He's just a figure. I don't have a problem with him. The problem is that kind of a figure has more than 23 million votes right now. This is my problem. 23 million Turkish voters supported him.
Bazılarınızsa sanki biri gelecek, elindeki sihirli değneğiyle bir dokunacak ve her şey düzelecekmiş gibi bir beklentisi. Bir başkası yok. Sadece siz varsınız. Lütfen yılmayın. Allah aşkına boyun eğmeyin.
In 1923, after our republic, so many Muslim countries said Turkey is our bright sun. We should keep it. We should keep our hope for the Eastern world. But nowadays, who are we? We should ask to ourselves.
Turkey's religious and secular communities are trying to find their place amid increasing tension. The government of President Erdogan is determined to pursue those it holds responsible for the failed coup. But at what cost?
For Turkey, I can say that everything will be better, of course, because we had a sort of betraying, a sort of cancer within our body, which was suffering and which was consuming the Turkish energy, consuming the Turkish will, and now we got rid of that cancer.
İyilik var. Bakın bu sancak bizim sancağımız, Türk sancağıdır. Her sancağımızda bizim iyi yazar. İyi olun. İyiliği içinizde sürekli tutun. Çünkü iyi olduğunuz zaman kötülük size saldırsa da indiremeyecek, başarılı olamayacak.
İnsan dediğin deniz feneri olacak karanlıkta. Karanlığı ayna at aydınlatacak geceyi, yolunu yönünü kaybetmişe bir tutam ışık sunacak. Bildin mi hikayeyi? Hikaye burada bitti sanma torunum. Kimileri ister ki kör karanlıklar galip gelsin, ışık saçan fenerci yenilsin. Ama ben şu yaşıma geldim, öğrendiğim bir şey varsa o da karanlığın hep yenildiğidir. İnanmazsan kaldır başını da bak. Güneşin doğmadığı gün görülmemiştir daha. Güneş her sabah doğar, inadına doğar.